here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Check tight.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
61, matchbox lights.
2nd and 5. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Back to throw. Patterson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Patterson. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Packers! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Let's go.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 70 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 13. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Don't get nervous. 56.
From the gun, Patterson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play.
First down, Packers.
Ready? 18, Gator. Check 56. General West. 3, check 3.
On 1st and 10, Patterson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Patterson. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Come on, set. 10-2 shot. Get it, boy.
Looking to throw. Patterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
In your face.
From the 31, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. To return is Taylor. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Check 26. Check the go.
On 3rd and 2, Patterson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Here's Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. to remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here at a very event. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll bring up third down.
Now 3rd and 15.
What a set. Mike 52. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Yeah. Let's go. New mic 52, mic 52.
Watch the screen. That's it.
From the gun, Jackson. And Diggs has it. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The final shot before break. Patterson, he sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the 27, Jackson. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Switch. Shift. Watch the shift. Hey, check 24. Watch it. He's coming.
Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. A big play there for Minnesota. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On first down, it's Cook. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Four down. Check. Slam. Steady weapon.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Preston Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Forced out to his, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Back to throw. Patterson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup at 6. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Patterson. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
42, Mike 42. And let's get this,
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
51 to Mike, boys. 51.
And Jackson throwing once more. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Check 31, check 31. Okay, stop. Zoom, zoom.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down.
Third and 7.
Check 99, check 99. Check 52. Sean, go.
Again, Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Taylor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw on second down. Patterson. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Rush in. Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, Taylor. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front.